Hi everyone, nice to see you again. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going through a quick overview of the Advanced Play and Championship system for Heat, Pedal to the Metal. If you missed our last Heat how-to, there will be a link for you to click on. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel as it helps us a lot. Today we are going to be starting with the Garage module. Now the Garage module is for you to build and customize your own car using 3 upgrade cards. The coloured upgrade cards you get when you pick your car are not used for this module, so they are taken out of the game. Now it is recommended that you use the regular upgrade cards, and then when you're familiar with the system, just shuffle in the advanced cards, which you can tell by the little symbol at the bottom of the cards. Now, some cards have different symbols than others, which is there's a quick overview at the back of the instruction book, which is very helpful just to quickly see what they mean. And I'm just going to go through some basic cards quickly now. To start with, we have heat cards. They're just normal basic heat cards, work just the same as other heat cards. We have 4-wheel drive cards, and these have the potential to give you a high speed, but they also have stress symbols, which means you have to play the additional card on top of that card. Next, we have brakes. These allow you to choose either speed. Excuse me. And then we have body, which allow you to discard stress cards out of your hand. We have cooling system. Now, these are cooldown cards, but you must play heat, and you can tell that by the little exclamation mark in the little circle underneath. Now, that means that you have to do whatever it says if it has that symbol on. Then we have RPM, and these are used to help you slipstream and overtake other cars. They are most effective in corners. As you can see, this one allows you to move 2 additional spaces around a car. And then we have tyres. These give you an extra speed through corners. And this card has a little symbol on that tells you that you must discard the top card of your draw deck, however many times it says on the card. Then we have wings, which work exactly the same as the tyres. They give you an additional speed through the corners, but this one you must play a heat card. Then we have a turbocharger, which have the highest speed number, but they also need heat to play them. Then we have the gas pedal, which can be, this symbol means they can be played in the react phase of your turn, but they also need heat to play. Then we have the suspension card, and these can be played round after round because this symbol allows you to put that card back on top of your draw deck. And finally, we have fuel cards. Now these allow you to look at your discard deck and take back however many cards it says and shuffle them into your draw pile. And these are the cards to build your car. Now to build your car, you will do this over 3 short rounds. You will shuffle the upgrade cards and you will place them face up, 1 for each player, and then 3 additional cards after that. Now in the first phase, the player starting last will draw the first card, then the next player, all the way up to the player starting in first. In the second round, the player starting first will pick the first card, going all the way down to the player starting last. And in the final round, the player starting last, again, will pick the first card, going all the way up to the player starting in first. And that is it. That is how you customize your own car in Heat. Next thing I would like to go through are legends. To use the legends are automated drivers that you compete against, and to use them we will need the legends mat and the legend cards. The legend cards can be identified by the matching symbol on the back of the card. Now these cards are shuffled and placed under A, and you will reveal the top card and place it in B. And as you can see, there are some numbers and colours. The coloured helmet matches the coloured car that is in play, and I will go through the numbers in just a second. Now, if the legend car is past this legend line, which, as you can see, is identified by the same symbol that is on the back of the cards, and there are several around each track. If it is past that legends line, it is classed as near the next corner, and must move around that corner at the speed of the corner plus the diamond at the top of the column that colour is in. So if we were moving the red car, that would move the speed of 6 plus the 1 in the diamond, which means it will go around that corner at a speed of 7. Now, it is important to note that legend cars do not spin out. Now, if the legend is not past the legends line, so if we place that one here, that is not classed as being past the legends line. So there are two choices, there are two things that have to happen here. One, you must look at the blue number in the column, and you must look at how many spaces away it is from that corner. The blue car can move 19 spaces, but the car will not move 19 spaces before it is round this corner. So that means you cannot move 19 spaces. So instead of that, you must move the car as close to the corner as you can, which means this little diamond matches the diamond on the corner, so that car must move to the number 3. And that is how you play Legends. The next thing I would like to go through with you are the weather system. To use the weather system, we need the small square cards with the matching tents on the back, and the big cards which have a cloud on the back. Now, to use the weather system, all you do is you shuffle the big cards together, and you choose one of those cards. You place it in the matching symbol on the board, and then counting how many corners, there are 5 corners on this particular map that we are using, which means you must draw 5 of these smaller cards. And you must place them around the map for each corner. So we will start at this one where it's number 10. We will choose the first one. So this one is a sector card, and as you can see that by the arrow at the bottom of the card, which means it will be placed on the tent in the middle between each corner for that entire sector from this corner to this corner. And then we will move on to the next corner. This is also a sector card, so this will go just the same as this one, just here for this corner and this corner. And then you will do that all the way through until you have covered all the corners. Now, if they do not have this symbol at the bottom, they are for this next corner only. So they go on the tent that is nearer to that corner. So when you go through this corner, you must pay 1 extra heat. And on the big weather card, there are two other symbols. On this particular one that we have, there is a -1 for heat, which means you take 1 heat out of your engine and discard that from the current game. And now this symbol matches these cards that we have placed for each sector, and that means for these 2 particular sectors, you can have 1 extra cooldown if you are in that sector. So the blue car is in this sector, which means it gains an extra cooldown. This car is not, so this car would not use that. And that is it for the weather system.
You just look what the symbols
you just look what the symbols are, and that's it. The next thing I would like to go through with you is the championship system. Now, to do the championship system, we will need the championship mat and the championship cards. These can be identified by the speaker at the back of the card. Now, if we turn these over, each one will have a year, the number of race it is, and where you are racing. We are showing 1962. This has 3 races, and this one is in Italy, so we would need to find the Italian racetrack. And these are placed at the top of the mat. Underneath above the spanner icon are the upgrade cards, and above the handshake is the sponsorship cards. As you can see, on each one of these, on the right hand side, there are symbols. The spanner symbol is for you to build your car. This is done in a similar way as we would do our customization anyway, but the only difference would be it only takes place over one round per race instead of 3, because you only get one upgrade card per race. Next is the red handshake. Underneath this is a number. That is the number of sponsorship cards each player gets to put in their starting hand. These must be in your hand when you draw your hand. These will be included in your 7. Next is a camera. This is where you place the press cards. Now, to place the press cards, they have a letter underneath. And to do this, we would find the cards that have the racetrack symbol on the back of the cards. And if we find Italy, we would then look for the letter E, and that is where we would place the press figurine. Now, press work by that if you pass a press and you either slipstream past a car or you go two speed over the speed limit, you gain a sponsorship card. You can only have one sponsorship card each time you pass the press standee. If you spin out, you don't gain any sponsorship cards. And then finally is the weather symbol at the bottom. That just means you pick a weather card at random and you play that weather as if you were playing it in a normal game anyway. Sponsorship cards, if you use it, you must remove it from the game. If you do not use it, then you can keep it in your hand or in your draw pile for the next game. And finally, when you have finished your championship race, there is a score pad in the box, and you will just jot how many points you gain for that race, which is indicated. If we just open up the board quickly, it is indicated on there how many points that you get. Should be at the top.
Yeah, there we are.
As you can see, first place gets 9 points, 2 place gets 6, so on and so forth, all the way down. And it goes to 6. If you're 7 and 8, you don't get any points. And that is it.
Yeah.
If I've missed anything, I will try and find it in editing. If not, or my wife is putting a face, because if we missed anything, my wife will find it while she edits. If we have missed anything and we have missed it in editing, please let us know in the comments. Thank you very much. Bye.